Hello. Left the gym, almost threw up in there. I was doing abs. My pre-workout hurt my little belly. Continuation. Genesis 45. Remember, Joseph met his brothers. They don't know it's his brother. Giving them what they deserve. For now. Then Joseph could not control himself in front of everyone standing before him, and he shouted, "Have everyone leave me." So there was no one with him. Then Joseph made himself known to his brothers. Then he wept so loudly that the Egyptians heard it, and the household of Pharaoh heard about it. And Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" But his brothers could not answer him, for they were terrified in his presence. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "Please come closer to me." And they came closer, and he said, "I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold to Egypt. Now, do not be grieved or angry with yourselves because you sold me here. For God sent me ahead of you to save lives. For the famine has been in the land these 2 years, and there are still 5 years in which there will be neither plowing nor harvesting. So God sent me ahead of you to ensure for you a remnant on the earth and to keep you alive by a great deliverance. Now, therefore, it was not you who sent me here, but God, and he has made me a father of Pharaoh and the Lord of all of his household, and ruler over all the land of Egypt. Hurry and go up to my father and say to him, 'This is what your son Joseph says. God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Do not delay, for you shall live in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, you and your children and your grandchildren, and your flocks and your herds, and all that you have. There I will also provide for you, for there are still 5 years of famine to come, and you and your household and all that you have would be impoverished." They would die because they don't have any food to eat. "Behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin see. That is my mouth which I am speaking to you. Now you must tell my father and tell my father of all my splendor in Egypt, and all that you have seen. And you must hurry and bring my father down here." Then he fell on his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept on his neck. And he kissed all his brothers and wept on them. And afterward his brothers talked with him. There are these two dudes standing over here in the corner. I don't know if you can. I can put my window down. You'd definitely be able to see them. Watch. They're right there. If you can see them, right there. But I don't know why they're just chilling over there. I'm gonna let them know that I got my eye on them though. I see him back there. Sorry, where was I? I apologize. Now when the news was heard in Pharaoh's house that Joseph's brothers had come, it pleased Pharaoh and his servants. Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Say to your brothers, do this. Load your livestock and go to the land of Canaan, and take your father and your households and come to me. And I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you will eat the fat of the land. Now you are ordered, do this. Take wagons from the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come. And do not concern yourselves with your property, for the best of all the land of Egypt is yours." Then the sons of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the command of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the journey. To each of them he gave changes of garments, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of garments. And to his father he sent the following: 10 male donkeys loaded with the best of Egypt, 10 female donkeys loaded with grain, bread, and sustenance for his father on the journey. So he sent his brothers away, and as they departed, he said to them, "Do not quarrel on your journey." Then they went up from Egypt and came to the land of Canaan, to their father Jacob. And they told him, saying, "Joseph is still alive, and indeed he is ruler over all the land of Egypt." But he was stunned, for he did not believe them. When they told him all the words that Joseph spoke to them, and when he saw the wagons that Joseph had sent to carry him, then the spirit of their father Jacob revived. Then Israel said, "It is enough. My son Joseph is still alive. I will go and see him before I die." Genesis 46. So Israel set out with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke to Israel in visions of the night and said, "Jacob, Jacob." And he said, "Here I am." Then he said, "I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation there. I will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also assuredly bring you up again. And Joseph will close your eyes. You're going to die. Then Jacob left Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried their father Jacob and their little ones and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. They also took their livestock and their possessions which they had acquired in the land of Canaan, and came to Egypt. Jacob and all his descendants with him, his sons and his grandsons with him, his daughters and his granddaughters, and all his descendants he brought with him to Egypt. Now these are the names of the sons of Israel who went to Egypt: Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi, and the sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zahor, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. And the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. And the sons of Judah, Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. And Onan died in the land of Canaan. Parentheses always make things confusing. And the sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamuel. And the sons of Issachar, Tola, Puva, Eob, and Shimron. And the sons of Zebulun, Sered, Elon, and Jaleel. These are the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram, with his daughter Dinah. All his sons and his daughters numbered 33. And the sons of Gad, Ziphion, Haggai, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, Aradi, and Areli. And the sons of Asher, Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, Barai, and their sister Sarah. And the sons of Barai, Habar, and Malchiel. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban, gave to his daughter Leah. And she bore to Jacob these 16 persons: the sons of Jacob's wife Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. Now to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born in Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On, bore to him. And the sons of Benjamin, Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gera, Naaman, Ehi, Rosh, Mupim, Hupim, and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob. There were 14 persons in all, and the sons of Dan, Hushim, and the sons of Naphtali, Jazil, Guni, Jezer, and Shillem. These are the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to his daughter Rachel, and she bore these to Jacob. These were 7 persons in all. And the people belonging to Jacob who came to Egypt, his direct descendants, not including the wives of Jacob's sons, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph who were born to him in Egypt were 2. And all the people of the house of Jacob who came to Egypt were 70. Now Jacob sent Judah ahead of him to Joseph to guide him to Goshen, and then came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph prepared his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. As soon as he appeared to him, Joseph threw himself on his neck and wept a long time. Then Israel said to Joseph, "Now let me die, since I have seen your face, that you are still alive." But Joseph said to his brothers and to his father's household, "I will go up and tell Pharaoh, and will say to him, My brothers and my father's household, who were in the land of Canaan, have come to me. And the men are shepherds, for they have been keepers of livestock, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. When Pharaoh calls for you and says, What is your occupation? You shall say, Your servants have been keepers of livestock since our youth even until now, both we and our fathers, so that you may live in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians." Verse 47. I might cut this one short. No, I'll read it. Genesis 47. Jacob's family settles in Goshen. Then Joseph went in and told Pharaoh and said, My father and my brothers and their flocks and their herds and all that they have come out of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen. And he took 5 men from among his brothers and presented them to Pharaoh. Then Pharaoh said to his brothers, What is your occupation? So they said to Pharaoh, Your servants are shepherds, both we and our fathers. They also said to Pharaoh, We have come to reside in the land, for there is no pasture for your servants' flocks. For the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. Now therefore, please let your servants live in the land of Goshen." Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is at your disposal. Settle your father and your brothers in the best of the land. Let them live in the land of Goshen. And if you know any capable men among them, then put them in charge of my livestock." Then Joseph brought his father Jacob and presented him to Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How many years have you lived?" So Jacob said to Pharaoh, "The years of my living abroad are 130. Few and unpleasant have been the years of my life, nor few and unpleasant. Nor have they attained the years that my fathers lived during the days of their living abroad." So Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went from his presence. Now Joseph settled his father and his brothers and gave them property in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had ordered. Joseph also provided his father and his brothers and all his father's household with food, according to the number of their little ones. Now there was no food in the land because of the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished because of the famine. And Joseph collected all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan in payment for the grain which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. When the money was all spent in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph, saying, "Give us food, for why should we die in your presence? For our money is gone." Then Joseph said, "Give up your livestock, and I will give you food for your livestock, since your money is gone." So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for the horses and the flocks and the herds and the donkeys. And he fed them with food in exchange for all their livestock that year. But when that year ended, they came to him next year and said to him, "We will not hide from my lord the fact that our money is all spent, and the livestock are my lord's. There is nothing left for my lord except our bodies and our lands. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for food, and we in our land will be slaves to Pharaoh. So give us seed, so that we may live and not die, and that the land may not be desolate." It's really crazy how just the story of God plays. Joseph being sold as a slave to the Egyptians, and then everybody bowing down to Joseph to save their lives. One man. So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for every Egyptian sold his field because the famine was severe upon them. So the land became Pharaoh's. As for the people, he relocated them to the cities from one end of Egypt's border to the other. Only the land of the priests he did not buy, because the priests had an allotment from Pharaoh, and they lived off the allotment which Pharaoh gave them. Therefore they did not sell their land. Then Joseph said to the people, "Behold, today I have purchased you and your land for Pharaoh. Now here is seed for you, and you may sow the land. At the harvest you shall give a fifth to Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be your own for seed for the field and for your food, and for those of your households, and as food for your little ones." So they said, "You have saved our lives. Let us find favor in the sight of my lord, and we will be Pharaoh's slaves." Joseph made it a statute concerning the land of Egypt, valid to this day, that Pharaoh was to have the fifth. Only the land of the priests did not become Pharaoh's. Now Israel lived in the land of Egypt in Goshen, and they acquired property in it, and were fruitful and became very numerous. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt for 17 years. So the length of Jacob's life was 147 years. Sometimes I just stop just to absorb and think about what it's saying. I know I'm just reading it, but I stop. When the time for Israel to die drew near, he called his son Joseph and said to him, "Please, if I have found favor in your sight, place your hand under my thigh now and deal with me in kindness and faithfulness. Please do not bury me in Egypt, but when I lie down with my fathers, you shall carry me out of Egypt and bury me in their burial place." And he said, "I will do as you have said." And he said, "Swear to me." So he swore to him. Then Israel bowed in worship at the head of the bed. just crazy. Israel, Jacob, son of Isaac, son of Abraham, into Noah. I think about God's plans in my own life and really let him just have it. I trust in him, and this is why. He knows better. He's got a plan. Plan that's been in the works longer than I've ever known. Could be before my time. Keep God on your mind. Breathe them in. Keep your eyes up to the Lord. God bless.